How's it going, guys? It is Blake here, back with another Shadows Before Dawn reading. I'm a little bit behind since the last part, but we're going to be doing tool number 11 today. Last tool was, if I can go back to find it, last tool was tool number 10, Committing to Compassion. So if you haven't watched that one yet, be sure to do so before watching this one. This one is the love letter, and kind of a short one, I think, so we should be able to get through this. So yeah, I guess enjoy, and here we go. Tool number 11. It's about time. Alright, the love letter. First section: signed, sealed, delivered. When we take the time to write our thoughts down, we make the thoughts more real. A love letter is a classic, timeless expression of love. Writing a love letter means expressing your love in written form. It gives you time to get in touch with your deepest feelings and then decide which words will best express them. Whether we have never received a love letter from someone else or receive 100 a day from other people, the most important person to receive a love letter from is you. No one outside yourself can ever fill up your cup and love you until you love yourself. So as you have probably guessed, the next step toward loving yourself is to write yourself a love letter. To write this letter, pick a time when you're not going to be interrupted. It may help to play some music that puts you in an expressive mood. Pull out a pen and some paper, and begin the letter with "Dearest," your name, date the letter. Then let the rest of the letter flow from your heart through your fingertips. Express your appreciation for yourself. This is your opportunity to say anything loving that you have ever wanted to say to yourself but haven't. This is your opportunity to try to express forgiveness, understanding, and compassion for yourself. And this is your opportunity to express your intentions for yourself. Every love letter is unique. There is no right or wrong way to write one. When you have finished the letter, sign it however you feel compelled to sign it, and put it in a sealed envelope. Put your address on the letter and put a stamp on it. Once you have done this, you can do one of two things. Either you can drop it off later that day so it will be mailed to you, or you can give it to someone you have faith in and tell the person to put it in the mail sometime in the next year, whenever he or she feels compelled to do so. When you receive this love letter that you've written to yourself, save it for a time when you can sit down, undisturbed, and then read the letter slowly. Focus on opening yourself up to let every word seep into you. Integrate the message into your soul. And then keep the letter somewhere you can reread if you ever want to reaffirm love to yourself. Next section: Dearest Teal. So you can see an example of what a love letter to yourself might look like. Here is the first love letter I wrote to myself when I was 21 years old. September 7th, 2005. Dearest Teal, you have not heard from me in years, but that is not because I don't care about you. I have simply been waiting for you to open the door and let me in. I am your real self. This morning you decided that you are willing to live out of the sheer curiosity of seeing if this life could be better for you than it is now. You do not know yet if it can or can't, but I do. I'm writing you this letter to tell you that one day you will be so happy that at first you may not trust it. One day you will have found such a joy that your heart will open wide enough to encompass this world. You'll be an international symbol of forgiveness and freedom. I'm here to tell you that it will all make sense. Everything happened for a reason, and you will come to know that reason and set other people free with it. The universe is watching you go from flame to ashes to freedom, and even though you haven't tasted the fruits of that journey yet, you will, and you will read this letter and smile. You do not know how much I love you, but I do. I am here to tell you that it's all over. All of your suffering and struggle is over. You do not have to be so strong anymore. No one saved you, you saved yourself. And it's not some lucky circumstance that kept you from going back. It's you. You say all the time that Doc's first mistake was the mistake that he made that night you escaped. But this was not his first mistake. His first mistake was picking you. He picked a child whose goodness could not be erased. He picked a child whose soul was untouchable, and all those things he did to hurt you will be turned around and used for good. It's the ultimate sabotage in the form of the ultimate gift. You have stopped the chain of abuse. You have decided that it all stops with you. You are wonderful and you are a force of nature. Your physical beauty is just a reflection of the magnificence of what it contains underneath. I will never abandon you. I will always be here for you. Now that you have decided that you want me, I will be here to love you in all the ways you have always wanted to be loved. You can never do anything to make me go away. You are lovable with every perfection and imperfection that makes you who you are. Without them, you would not be so unique. And it's your uniqueness that makes you perfect just the way you are. You would not believe what is to become of your life if I told you, but it's nothing short of legend. Of legend? Why is there a dash in there? Now, doesn't that sound like you? Anything less would not be befitting of who you really are, and you know it. I will teach you how to love yourself, and in turn, one day you will teach others how to love themselves. I will show you how to do it step by step. Let this letter be the very first step. When you read it and reread it, let these words sink into your soul. They are the truest words you have ever spoken to yourself. You are wonderful just the way you are. Every self-improvement you make is not an improvement, but rather just a step toward discovering who you already truly are. You may have covered your worth over in ashes and soot, but what was covered once will be uncovered soon, and how sweet your life will look then. We all wait with bated breath for that day. It's approaching faster than you could ever know. And for all these days between then and now, know that there is nothing you need forgiveness for. The life you are about to lead is all the gratification you could ever want. For all the days between then and now, know that you are a priceless piece of this universe. There has never been a moment when you have not been cherished and loved by me. There will not be a moment which could ever come that you will not be cherished and loved by me. Whether or not I love you was never really your business anyway. It's my business, and I'm telling you now that there is nothing you could ever do to make me not love you completely. Now it's time that you felt that love that I have held for you for so long, and how sweet a life it will be. Next section, feeling the love. When I wrote this letter to myself, I was truly weaving the fabric of what was to become my future. It's still the best letter I've ever received. I often dare other people to write me a better letter than this one. It makes me laugh to do so because I know that it would be an impossible task. The reason is simple. No one could ever write me a letter than one I send to myself because no one knows what I want to hear better than I do. Plus, of course, there is no one on this earth I want love from more than myself. This letter does not have to be the only love letter you ever write to yourself. This exercise is so powerful, in fact, that I would suggest writing one to yourself every year. But writing yourself this first love letter will be one of the most profound actions that you can take. I've seen it change my own life. I can honestly say with confidence that it can change the life of someone who hated herself as much as I did. It could change your life too. All right. So that was tool number 11. So I guess in a way, letters to yourself is sort of, I guess it's very similar to writing down affirmations or positive affirmations. I don't really hear about people doing like actually mailing letters to themselves. Usually you'll hear something like, put like, affirmation on a post-it note or something of that sort and stick it around somewhere that you don't check very often. So when you do end up checking that area again, you come across it, it comes as sort of a surprise. So that's also something you could do, but I feel like with a letter, you'd be able to get much more in detail with what you want to share. You can really, I guess you could say, pour your heart out into a letter. Probably not something I would do personally, just because for me, it's very hard for something like that to surprise me. I would always know that eventually it's going to come, and it'll be very hard for me to actually forget. It'll actually be really hard for me to forget what I wrote. For some reason, I just remember the things that I wrote pretty well, for the most part. But no, if you're into the whole positive affirmations thing and writing things down, definitely that is something to look into. Yeah, I feel like more people could probably use something like that in their day, or a surprise like that in one of their days. So definitely something to look into if you're in need of more positive affirmations, I'd say definitely try that method. But anyway, that's going to do it for tool number 11. Next is tool number 12. It is focusing on loving the body. So yeah, we're really getting deep into the nitty gritty with the whole self-love thing now with these tools. So, and I think that's going to be pretty much actually this time the middle of the book. And I think tool number 12 is a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to try and record that on Friday. So probably by the time you're watching this, ooh, this is a long one. Wow. Yeah. So definitely I'll have to do it on Friday or Friday evening. And so yeah, we'll do that one next. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know any comments or thoughts, concerns, comments, questions, I guess, in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please be sure to do that so you don't miss out on all the future uploads that are on the way. So take care, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.